All right, my friends, in this video, we're going to learn how to add a person. When you are doing your family history work and just adding the blue boxes or the sources to your person, you're often going to run into someone that is not in your family line, that is not listed, maybe a spouse, maybe a child. In this case, we have found a second spouse for this woman. So I'm going to show you how to add her spouse. Now, I've gone ahead of time and written down some of his information that I was able to find on a marriage record. And all I was doing was attaching blue boxes and I found him. So I have got some of his information down. I'm going to show you now how to add him. And so the first thing the computer's going to do is actually going to have you enter information, and then it's going to look and see if it can find the person you're talking about, meaning see if there's already a record created for them. If there isn't, it's going to help you create a new record. So that's what we're going to do. So here you see, so I've clicked on my person. So here's my person. Under the details, which is what I want to be on when I go to do this, I'm going to scroll down and it's going to show a family member section. Now it has her first husband here, but we found another spouse. So we're going to push add spouse. That's going to bring up this box and I'm going to get to fill in his information with everything I know. Now, let's say maybe I already knew his ID number. I could just do it by ID if I happen to know what that is. But most likely you're not going to know that. So here we go. I wrote down his information. So I'm just going to fill in the blanks. His name is Kerry. His last name is Brewer. Make sure I spell that right. Okay. And male. He is deceased. And his birth date was in his marriage record. So the way you want to write dates is the day first, then the month fully spelled out, and then the year, 1905 for our guy. And then I like to click on the little calendar. And then the death date, I don't know the exact date, but I do know the year because of the gravestone that I found in Find a Grave. So 1980. And then his birthplace I did find on his marriage record. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. It was Greene, Indiana. Oops. All right, and that's going to bring up my options here. So I don't know exactly which township. It looks like there are several townships, or several Greene townships. We got Wayne, Hancock, Madison, Morgan. I don't know. So I'm not going to pretend that I do. So I'm just going to go with the Greene, Indiana, United States. I'm not going to pick a county. And then we're going to put, I don't know where his death place is, probably Indiana, but I don't know that. So then I click next. And it's going to search now to see if it can find someone. It did not. It says no match found. So now I can either add more information if I have it, or I can create a new person. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and create a new person. So you just see this little box. This is the information that I added. And we're going to put create person. So there's Kerry. He's now in her list of family members. So there's her first husband. There's her second. Now I have their marriage date. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. So no marriage events. I'm going to add by clicking on that little pencil. And it is going to allow me to add them. Okay. So we already have them. We're going to add, scroll down to relationship events. We're going to add an event. And this is their marriage, and we're going to enter the date, and it was the 25th of September. We spell that out, and the year was 1933. Okay, I like to click the calendar. As I said, that's a standardized way of putting that. The marriage place was also on the record, and that was in Jasonville, Indiana. Okay, and we are going to put the reason this information is correct was the marriage record. So I'm just going to type that in there. Okay, then push save. So now that event has been added to them. So when I look at their details, I will now see that that has been added. Okay, and that is how you add a person to the account. Now, if it was a child, it would be very similar. I wouldn't obviously need to add a marriage event, but that is how you add a person to an account.